side by side. Let's see if they stay side by side, Bill. That seems to be a problem on starts on occasion here at Atlanta Motorsports Park.
We'll give her one more try. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 tries to get these guys going, but here we go. Looking good so far, but let's leave it up to the starter up here in race control. Slowly to the line. Here they come. And they will get the green flag.
Yeah, Cam Gentry gives them the green flag, so they make their way to turn number 1. We got one that's out front a little early right now in the LO602.
206. Yeah.
LO206. I'll get this right in a minute. Oh, we got one spun around over in turn 2. He does a quick 360 and gets back in the throttle. That was pretty cool to see. Good move on his part. Joseph Saddington. Adam Wine is now our race leader. Luke Giglio in second. Austin Warner is third. And Saddington now back into 4th spot as Wine is your leader heading down toward turn 6. These drivers working down through that signature turn as they slowly make their way through turn 6.
Your lineup right now, at least as they came to the line, was Wine, Giglio, Warner, Saddington, Soto, and Mars, your top 6.
They work their way up the hill. Quite an elevation change right there for those drivers as they come up toward turn 14. Now they'll get ready to complete one lap. Wine has quite an advantage right now over Giglio and Warner as they work their way through turn 17. Back toward start-finish here in just a moment. Bill, we've got a breakaway of about 6 or 8 karts that seem to be ahead of the rest of the field. There's some that are kind of lagging behind there, but we've got a good group of guys right there in that front as they head off turn 2 and up the big hill.
And, of course, that hill is the bane of many a competitor. You'll see them urging the karts up the hill by shifting their body weight forward and back as they go up, and they come back down. They'll come back by our camera position and then race into that kink, then head off into the big sweeping turn number 9.
We've got a great race going on for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's Austin Warner in the 22, Joseph Saddington in the 02, and Luke Giglio. Look at those 3 as they make their way off that corner. They have got an outstanding battle going on.
So Wine's putting some distance between himself and the rest of the field, but meanwhile, we have Warner, Saddington, and Giglio are battling it out for that runner-up spot, and we see them 1, 2, 3, 4 coming through 15 and going into 16 and 17 to complete this lap.
Adam Wine, he is just the class of the field right now as he is probably 30 kart lengths ahead of these guys in 2nd and 3rd. You see a little bit of a rooster tail coming up from those drivers. Track's still a little wet right now.
Giglio manages to capture 2nd position over Warner as they come down to the line as well.
Giglio's got a great run going. Look at him going off of turn number 2. He's getting ready to head up the hill there. And we talk often about that particular turn 2. You drop 40 feet, and then you have to work your way almost to a stop and go back up the hill. That is a treacherous turn here, one of those signature turns at Atlanta Motorsports Park.
And what goes up must come down as you come down that hill into turn 2. That one is especially in wet conditions, you're going to be really sure on the brakes and very careful with what you do.
Well, we've still got a good battle going on. Giglio, Warner, and Saddington. They've been joined now by Kai Mars in the 23 as well as that battle ensues. And a quick look outside. Warner took a quick look on Giglio and then decided to tuck back in single file. They work down toward turn 16. Meanwhile, Wine is already out of 17, so his lead continues to grow in this race. 2 laps are complete, actually 3 laps right now as he comes across the scoring loop.
As we get to the line, his differential is already 4 1/4 seconds over 2nd place, Luke Giglio. So yeah, you're right, Charles. Adam Wine looks to be the class of the field so far, but as we've seen, things can happen, especially on a slick track like this today. And then there's always the specter of a mechanical gremlin coming to get you as well.
Well, I'm watching in 5th place. Kai Mars got up to 5th spot and tracked that field down. Now he's taking a look to the inside, and Kai Mars, I think, may have an opportunity to do something here. Look at that move he's getting ready to put on down toward turn 8.
Here he goes. What was a trio has broken into 2-2 kart battles right now as Luke Giglio maintains 2nd place. Saddington is now in third. Warner had been relegated back to fourth, and he's contending with Kai Mars. And it looks like these four are going to join back up to be a four-kart battle as we are completing lap number 3 now here.
Yeah, although we're watching that, that's the battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth. And Mars now has moved up to fourth. So give the 23 kart fourth place right now. And just behind the 23 is Austin Warner in the 22. So we got a little more work going on. Now a side-by-side battle going on.
Giglio manages to hang on, although that second through fifth are now 6 and a third seconds or so back behind your leader, Adam Wine. So this may be where the action is second, third, fourth, and fifth here in the Lo206 Cadets. Here we have completed 4 laps, 4 of the scheduled 8 as we come through and watch that second through fifth battle come by our camera position and go by through the kink and back up the hill.
Got another side-by-side battle going on. Boy, what a run that the 23 of Mars has that time. Wasn't able to produce anything out of it, but he got a big run coming off of the kink.
Luke Giglio making that cart as wide as possible, trying to hang on for the last half of this race, but boy, is Joseph Saddington pressing him for that position, and Kai Mars right behind him as well as he disposed of Austin Warner. Warner goes from second back to fifth now. But to keep an eye on Kai Mars as this one unfolds.
Well, these guys have got to be having a ball. Not only are they out here racing hard against each other for those second through fifth positions, but they've also got a challenging racetrack today and one where they're sliding around a little more than usual, so they're having a lot of fun. They go down into 2. Oh, look at that big slide that Giglio did in 2, but he still was able to maintain the lead, even though his tail got a little happy with him coming off a corner down in 2.
Well, it was side by side at the line. Saddington almost had him. It was maybe a tenth of a second, if that, as they came to the line to complete lap number 5. But it's not over by a long shot. And look at that, going back for third position. We had a side by side battle just for a second as Mars pulled alongside Saddington. Thought better of it as they entered the S's.
Well, now Saddington's back on Giglio once again. Those two drivers going at it. Best battle on the racetrack is just right there for second, third, and fourth position. You'll see Mars tighten up on that field right now as they go into 14, and Mars really trying hard to see if he can better his position as the laps start to wind down. 5 laps complete right now.
Meanwhile, Adam Wine just completed lap number 6. Let's get an interval as Luke Giglio comes to the line. If he is still in second when he gets to the line, it looks like he's going to be this time around, he'll hit the line. The differential now of 9.5 seconds up to leader Adam Wine. So Adam Wine looking over his shoulder, if he were to look over his shoulder, and wave bye-bye to the rest of the field. We have 2 to go in this pre-final for the Lo206 Cadets.
We've got a caution flag out. Is that Wine that's in trouble coming through there? I'm not sure. One of the drivers slowed right in on turn 4. I don't believe that was Wine. I believe it was one of the competitors toward the end of the field had spun just as they came into turn number 4.
We'll know next time around as they will come to the line. But, yeah, that was scary there for a minute because you can get in the way of 4 guys racing for position. They pay attention to the corner marshals, though everybody gets around all right, and we are still under a full course green here. We are in lap number 7 now, getting ready to complete lap number 7. And yep, Wine is still your leader at the line. Second and third has separated from fourth and fifth now as Luke Giglio still hanging on to it. But look at Saddington sizing him up as the white flag is out.
Joseph Saddington is working hard to try to better his position. Look at that line he took going down into 2. He really tried to set it up for an inside pass on Giglio. But let's see how they come out of turn number 4. Out of 3 into 4, it's still going to be Giglio who's got that second place spot. But Saddington's not giving up here, even on the last lap.
No, absolutely not. If you've ever been out here to watch these guys run these cars, they don't quit until the checkered flag falls. And Giglio and Saddington, Giglio did well. He had position going through 4. A lot of times you'll see some action coming out of 4 right underneath us. But look at that. Here comes Saddington pressing again as they come through the S's. This one will be settled probably in the last straightaway. And look at setting him up on the inside as they crest that rise. They're side by side going into the kink at 14. Giglio hangs on, though, as they hit 15 and 16. They'll come through the final turn and get the checkered flag. Your winner, by the way, is Adam Wine. But second place still in doubt, but it looks like Giglio is going to hang on. He will. He will take second place by about 0.2 of a second. Saddington will be third. Kai Mars comes in fourth, and rounding out your top five will be Austin Warner. So, Charles, a great start for what will certainly be a great afternoon of kart racing here at AMP.
Bill, it was a great race to start with. Adam Wine, just the class of the field, no question about that. But the real battle was going on between Giglio, Saddington, Mars, and Warner. They swapped positions throughout that race at various times, and it was just a great race to watch those guys going at it. Once again, Adam Wine, the big winner of the Lo206 Cadets. So Cam likes what he sees. We get a green flag this time as they immediately start to get close to each other and try to get in single file as much as possible as they top that hill going into turn 2.
You have a lot of momentum coming into 2, and especially when you're just starting the race, you want to get in your rhythm as quickly as possible because you can get into a lot of trouble.
Not only that, you got
momentum at the
cold tires. You got cold tires. You got a wet surface. You got to be wondering, is this thing going to stick when I get down to the bottom of 2 like that and make that 180-degree turn? Adam Wine is out front. Giglio and Saddington battling it out for second spot. They work their way into 8, now down into turn number 9.
Saddington looking to the inside of Luke there to see if there's anything to take. Not yet, as they weave through the S's and come up out of 10, coming through 11 and 12. They'll crest the hill. They'll go through we'll see 13 and 14. Here they go through 15 now. And then the entrance to 16.
Pretty tight battle going on behind Wine.
Exactly. Was that a pass right there? I saw some. No, he ducked to the inside. It looked like he was being overtaken, but in fact he was exploring a different line. Did not do that. We're talking about Luke Giglio. Saddington is in second. Giglio is your third place. He's in the aqua-colored cart, I believe. At least from my standpoint, something's aqua-colored about that.
I think Giglio's in the aqua-colored fairing or something on that cart. At least the nose piece is.
Yep,
there they come off 4. It's still Wine. It's in control of this. There's going to be 12-lap races now, so we're 1 lap in, so a little longer than our previous races. You know, back in your car days when you first learning to drive, we always had a road, a place we used to go somewhere that was like the kink, kind of that little thing that we loved to go through. You know, these drivers got to love going through that. That's a fun place to go. You keep your speed up in the throttle the whole time, and that's the way it was in our personal cars when we first started driving. We always knew that place we could do that.
Where I grew up, it was called the Waterloo S-curve.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And I never told my mama that I did that.
Yeah, and we also had a place like coming off 2 where your stomach would rise up in the pit of, you know, as you went across it and took a little air. We had those places too. Everybody called it Thrill Hill. No matter where you were, it was called Thrill Hill.
We had one near where we used to live. We called the whee bump because my kids would be in the back seat and we'd hit it and we would go whee.
Adam Wine has found a way to go wee in this race so far. He has been out front the whole time. Saddington and Giglio. Now, that's a good battle going on right there for those two, but they've got Austin Warner just behind them in case one of them messes up. Look at this. Warner looks to the inside of both of them. Now, Giglio is making a move in that 68 car. But
he thinks about it, doesn't quite have the momentum to get inside, but looks back to the outside as they twist through the S's, not giving up, looks inside again. And meanwhile, Warner hoping to take advantage of any kind of misfortune with the 2 ahead of him as well. Meanwhile, Adam Wine's checking out. We'll get a differential for you at the line, but he's really opened it up. That's got to be a good 20-30 car lengths now as he hits the line.
There's once again that battle going on side by side.
And Saddington just holds off Giglio, but let's see if that maintains itself coming over the hill and down into 2. Let's see. Giglio's got it. Yeah. You're right. He took him. Meanwhile, Saddington looking back to the inside. They're side by side again as they crest the hill going into 3 and coming by our position. Saddington falls back into line now. So Giglio's going to be your second place runner. Adam Wine, your leader, with a 3-second lead, 3.1 to be exact.
Now here comes Saddington. Saddington looking inside. What's it going to be when they get down to 9? Oh, yes, tuck back in single file. You know, there's the preferred line that's around the racetrack, but there's also that knowledge in your head that if you continually run the line that the guy in front of you is running, you're never going to pass him. Somewhere you got to get out and try something different, and that's exactly what Giglio did, trying to make the move on Saddington and was able to make it stick and got through there.
Well, if you can take the cart in front of you out of his line, then you have an advantage.
Oh, yeah.
And you can do that by taking an alternate line. But then you run into the issue of things like dive bombing and and unsportsmanlike things like that. So it's a fine balance.
And they do notice that, by the way. Last week we had someone penalized for that at the last time we were here. So that is something that our scoring and timing people take into consideration, the officials do. But right now it's Giglio in second spot, Saddington in third. It's still Wine way out ahead. You see him now going past the kink as they're just now entering that portion of the racetrack.
Saddington is getting a run on Giglio at various points on the track, but not able to complete it through a turn. Meanwhile, look at Austin Warner. He is lurking behind Saddington as well. Actually, we've got 5 carts right there. Giglio, Saddington, Warner, Mars, and Soto making a battle out of it. But Warner is the wild card here for the second place battle. As if Saddington slips up or tries a little too hard, Warner's there to clean up behind him and maybe take that third spot from him.
You know, Warner's there. Kai Mars is back there as well. Soto back there. All of those drivers. That's a pretty tight little group right now as we see Saddington looking to the inside once again, trying to make the move, but he tucks back in single file right at the scoring loop in the line.
So we are 5 laps in. Next time by will be halfway in this 10-lap final for the Lo206 cadets.
Wine's out of – oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Adam Wine, 5.5 seconds ahead of second place Luke Giglio, and not near that back to Joseph Saddington, as those two have been going at it pretty much from the start. And there goes Saddington to the inside right now, heading towards turn number 9.
You know, that's when you wish you had just a little more motor, as they say, just a little more power to try to see if you could get by him. But not to be, as Giglio continues to lead that group. That's second, third in that battle. And then just behind them is fourth place of Austin Warner as our laps start to wind down now. We'll be halfway. Well, we'll be halfway next time by. They'll be winding down in just a moment. But here comes Adam Wine. Look at him. He's coming now to get the cross flags as they come to the line.
Halfway for Adam Wine. Meanwhile, Giglio still keeping it in front of Saddington and Warner. But Warner's not going anywhere, and Kai Mars lurking back there as well. Javier Soto dropping back a little bit, but still in contact with those 4 carts ahead of him.
There's your second, third, and fourth battle, along with fifth place sneaking in there as well as they head up into turn number 2. Saddington content right now just to stay behind it, but here's where he normally makes the move, coming out of the kink. Didn't this time.
Right in the tire tracks, which are easier to see with this wet track, by the way. So, yeah. But Giglio's still hanging in there. You got to wonder about visibility too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody really wiping their visor. Maybe they're rain extra or something, but it's can't be easy with this misty weather out there. Collecting on those visors.
That's right. That's got to be an issue, certainly, especially when there's in a tight pack of cars. You've got 5 or 6 that are all throwing up mist, and you're right there in the middle of them. It's amazing that those drivers have any visibility at all. Giglio and everybody in line right behind him as they come across the line. That'll complete 7 laps of this 12-lap race.
That one snugged up pretty good. Looks like that 2 through 6 is going to be quite the battle here, as it was a less than a tenth of a second between Giglio and Saddington coming to the line right there.
So Saddington's got 3.5 laps to try to make a move. Let's see if he can do something this time by coming out of the kink. That's normally where he takes a quick look to the inside, but he hasn't had the power to get around Giglio. He looks to the inside again. Let's see, he tucks back in single file before they even get down to 7.
And that Mars and Warner battle looks like it's going to shape up to something as well, because you see Kai Mars back and forth, sawing at the rear bumper of Austin Warner, looking to take that 4th position from him.
Mars now all over the back of Saddington's 0-2 car. My goodness, they got a big battle going on. They head into 16.
And here they come. There will be 2 laps to go this time by. 2 laps to go. And look at Saddington ducking to the inside there, side by side coming to the line. Not enough to claim the lap as his own. We'll see if he can maintain that advantage. It looks like Giglio's, nope, he took it. Up there.
Oh.
No, it wasn't Giglio. I'm sorry. Who was that spinning out? Is that
That's
52? That was, oh man, we lost him. We had a spin out coming through there. Now let's go back and see who's who. Now I was thinking that was Giglio, but he doesn't have that aqua front end fairing on him. He's having trouble all over the place. Let's see who that is, by the way. Oh, sorry, that's Riley Platts. He was running behind, a lap behind. So that's who we saw. It was some lap traffic having trouble there. Meanwhile, as you see Adam Wine come by, and now here come the other 4. And in fact, Saddington did get around Giglio.
Saddington had
Giglio. Yeah, Saddington got around Giglio there after almost taking him at the line, but did get him going into turn 2. Here we come to the line now.
Here they come again.
There's Wine and
Saddington.
Let's look. Saddington looking.
And we got another one working on Giglio right now. Warner has also gotten by right there at the line. Warner made his move by in the 22 cart.
So we're on the last lap now. White flag flying. We're on lap number 10 of this Lo206 Cadet final. And look at Saddington. Oh, there goes Giglio looking to take it back from Warner. But Warner has really fought this one out. He has really taken it to both Giglio and Mars ahead of him. And he's definitely earned that 3rd place so far. Does he have enough time to do something about second? Lapper gets out of the way, so that's not going to be a factor.
There's Wine.
Here we see Saddington actually coming towards us now. Wine's probably.
Wine is.
As I said before, he's probably in the tech shed by now. But
checked out, yeah.
Here he is. Here comes Wine out of turn number 7. No, here comes Wine out of 17. He'll get the checkered flag eventually.
That's 2 to go right there.
Oh, why am I thinking 10? It's 12. Never mind. Boy, I had an exciting finish and everything all chambered up, and then you had to go and tell me the truth.
Well, just put that one on hold, and you can do it here in a couple of laps. Saddington is your
12.
2nd place car. Austin Warner is 3rd. Giglio is 4th, and Kai Mars in 5th spot in the 23 right now.
But were that the last lap, that would have been a terrific finish. Even better call.
It may be even better next time we get around there.
So we have 2 laps to settle this one out. So Warner and Giglio are going to see if they can do anything to Saddington. I think the real interesting battle is going to be Warner. He does have some time to see if he can collect Joseph Saddington and dispose of him as we watch them now going into 9.
Bill, I was doing a dirt race a couple of weeks ago, and I was all excited, and they've come to the checkered flag, and somebody said that was the white flag. And I said, oh, man, I got to do it all again. So you had to whoop up that energy for a final checkered flag run.
Well, white flag is half checkered, right?
Well, the order didn't change. It was still the same winner, but still I had already called the win, and it was still a white flag. Anyway, here they come by once again. White flag is in the air this time by. We'll get this one right.
Oh, you've had it right. It's just me.
Well, I didn't that night. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there you go. Here we come to the line, and still we got Saddington, Warner, Giglio, and Mars. If Warner's going to do anything with Saddington, this has got to be win. Just one more circuit around the kart track here at Atlanta Motorsports Park.
Unless something just falls to pieces for Wine, I think he's got this one in control coming to the checkers. However, that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th might be up for grabs.
Giglio is causing a problem for Austin Warner, so 2nd place may be out of the question now if he's got to deal with 4th place Giglio behind him. Oh, we got a spinner coming out of 2 as well. He's getting out of the way, and I think he will not be a factor. The leaders, of course, are already past 2. He gets turned around and
back in the
coming
action
back
again.
up. So good there.
I got to contend with some slower carts as Saddington's trying to work on that cart in front of him. It's the 9 of Ryan Hall he's trying to work by. Well, here comes your winner. Oh, man. What was that kind of deal? Hands free, Ma. Look at this.
Yeah, it'll do that when you take your hands off the wheel. But let's see what happens as we come to the line. Saddington's going to hold on, and it looks like Giglio got around Warner there on the last turn of the last lap to take third place. So a good run there by Giglio.
See, now, wasn't that better than what you had planned? See, I mean, you got.
Thank you for making me wait 2
You
laps
got
for
Wine
that.
coming out there, taking his hands off the wheel, and the cart getting all squirrely. Golly, what a great thing! Adam Wine gets the win. Saddington, Giglio, second and third. Warner and Mars round out your top 5. Good run from the Lo206 cadets, and always fun to watch them out on the racetrack.